Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And you might ask yourself, why does this picture look so bad? This is my old camera and I'm recording right now through OBS, which is a new thing because normally I'm recording with the built-in camera app because I had issues with frame dropping and visual artifacts using this method. For now, in testing, it's been working. Only the autofocus is kinda wonky. So the reason why I'm doing that today is because today's video will be kinda different. So basically what I'm doing is I've decided that the GTX 480 right here, last night I deleted the core, so I don't have to do that still. I am still using the heatsink that I modified to fit on it, so I will have to use the IHS, but I have replaced the thermal paste under it. And today I am modding it. I want to mod it, I want to do some cap mods, I want to do a VCore Voltmod, and maybe if things are doing great, I'm also going to do a VMem Voltmod. And that's pretty much the plan for today. And yeah, so the GTX 480 is getting modded today. And what I wanted to do is kind of record the entire process, so doing kind of a time lapse and recording all that to my smartphone's internal storage is kind of a bad idea, so I'm doing it through OBS. And yeah, since most of this video is gonna be a time lapse, I also don't really care about quality that much, which is why I'm using my old camera, because well, if you believe it or not, I kinda wanna use my smartphone from time to time, and this video is gonna be long. Not the end result is gonna be long, but for me it's gonna be long because I'm gonna go through the full process of modding this card. So I want to start with the VCore Voltmod. I can kind of go through what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is mod right here. The nice thing is I don't really have to figure anything out because the guide that I've been reading for making all my Voltmods specifically uses the GTX 480 as an example, so I know exactly where I have to hook the stuff up, which is one of those resistors right there. Yeah, like memory PWM is also right here, and then you can kind of see the cap mods. They are kind of necessary because the back of the core is messed up, and then also the output filtering right here. Like there's some solar blobs, multi-layer ceramics are missing right here. And it does still run. The overclock actually hasn't, like it still overclocks to the same. So yeah, me being not careful with this card and knocking all the caps off actually didn't make it worse. But today I'm gonna try to make it better with, yeah, so these plus 3 others that I salvaged are all the caps that I have left. So not that many. So yeah, I might use them up. Depends on how well I can put them on here, because this card uses all SMD components, so there's no real through-hole caps on ductors that I could hook those up to. So maybe some of the multi-layer ceramics here, and then on the core I also wanna have voltage sense. So that's also gonna be a thing, and I actually have some new wires right here. I ordered these ages and ages and ages ago. They came from China, so yeah, considering the current situation, these took a while. And these are 28 AWG wires, so you're not gonna put any power through them. But for Voltmods and voltage sense, these are very, very nice. So these are not some giant wires that are hard to solder onto small things. So yeah, I also did remove the 2 wires that were forming a power bridge recently, because yeah, these were so loosely attached. I don't think it's gonna be doing anything. Yeah, and I'm also gonna try to improve my solder skills a bit today, because yeah, I noticed solder flux is kind of a good idea. because I had an issue where some caps that I put on my cards would just fall off. And yeah, so, and then the ones that I used solder flux to attach never fell off. Like these are spot on. So I'm gonna use a lot of solder flux today. Actually, I have actually used a noticeable amount of the tube already, but I mean that's gonna be enough for today. So I think let's get started then. So I'm gonna start the time lapse, and yeah, so I'm gonna figure out the Voltmod, and so you can kind of watch me do the thing now. So, I completed the core Voltmod and I already fired the card up. It works. And the voltage, like, you probably should have seen it. The voltage is about 20 millivolts higher than it reports it is now. So yeah, I think that's the small effect that the Voltmod gives you when you, even just by having the potentiometer connected. Because I did set it to max value, and yeah, so the card works, and I don't have voltage sense hooked up yet, so that's why I haven't tried turning the knob yet and actually check if the voltage changes, but the card fires up, and that's already pretty good news. And now, yeah, now I'm gonna fire up voltage sense, and I'm not gonna bother with putting it at the back of the core because like half of those capacitors are either missing or completely ruined, and I still wanna cap mount this, so I'm just gonna hook a voltage sense up to the VMem output and then call it a day. The voltages are gonna be a little bit higher than what it's actually gonna be running at, but yeah, who cares? Like, who actually cares? Like, I'm probably gonna end up pushing 1.4 volts into this. Who cares about 20 millivolts at that point? So, yeah, I think one of those two capacitors would be a nice hookup spot. Let's check which side is VCore, if they're actually VCore. So we have that looks like ground. That's VCore. Okay, so what's with this one? Okay, hello? Like, getting some weird readings. Yeah, that's most definitely ground. And that is our VCore. Why am I not getting the reading from... Okay, now I'm getting it, okay. Why are you not showing ground? No, it is. Okay, so on this side, we're gonna want to connect it on this side. That's not gonna be that hard. So yeah, so I'll be using the leftover cables that I had to hook it up now. I'm actually gonna use some more red wire. And yeah, so yeah, now you probably see it in the recording. On the bottom of the picture, I get black bars for some reason. That's why I'm not using this for my normal videos. Because this, I don't know why it happens. It just happens from time to time. That's why I'm not using this for my normal recordings. That's why I still do it the caveman way, because that way you actually get better picture quality. So yeah. And I guess for this video it's okay. This is actually, it's kind of more of a live stream than really a video, just that it's not live because my internet is too bad for that. But yeah, okay, let's transition to another fast forward. So, I have now well, where we now have voltage sense hooked up, I was able to test the volt mod, and yes, it works. You were able to go to 1.25 volts, which is above the maximum that you can reach with the BIOS mod. So this volt mod is indeed working. So what I'm gonna do now is gonna get that stuff and put it on there. So this is liquid rubber, and I'm gonna put it all over the hookup points so I don't accidentally damage them or short something. So okay, I've been fiddling around a little bit with the memory PWM controller now, because I wanna do a volt mod now as well. This controller, by the way, is a UP6210, and yeah, so at first I thought the feedback pin goes into the PCB and then comes out on the other side, which would have been a nope for me. But I actually found out that there's one pad. I really don't know if you're... yeah, I don't think you're gonna see that. There is one pad that's actually connected to that one, and I'll be able to use that one together with this 10k ohm potentiometer as the second volt mod. So yeah, that's gonna be the next thing to do, and that's gonna be interesting to hook up, actually. I might even use the capacitor it's connected to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the capacitor. So I'm gonna have to check one more time if it's actually connected, and then yeah, we can start doing the memory volt mod as well. So, you just saw, after I smooth brained a bit and forgot to plug the power connectors in. The card still works. I think I'm gonna hook up voltage sense now on the memory. Like, you probably use one of the multi-layer ceramics. And then I'm pretty confident that the Voltmod works. Because it's slightly above 1.6 volts now. Which is the same effect that we saw on Core, which ended up working. And yeah. I don't think I'll be insulating these ones. Like, this connection is pretty secure. This one is... yeah, if I ever need to access that controller again, taking it off will be much harder than leaving it as it is. So, yeah. The card looks kinda already pretty nicely modified by now. With this squid kind of thing right here. And yeah, so I'm gonna hook up voltage sense for memory now, and then I'm gonna see if I can do any cap mods. And probably some bulk capacitance ones on the VRM, and then maybe I'll be able to do some on the core, if I haven't destroyed that place enough already. And yeah, looking good so far, looking very, very good. So, memory voltage sense is hooked up now. I'm not gonna bother with testing if it actually works. I'm just gonna make the cap mods right now, because like that's not gonna change anything about the memory system. At least the Volt mod. I'm also not gonna cap mod VMem yet. I'm gonna try Core, and yeah, so I'm just gonna put the caps on now, and yeah, then we'll make one final test, and then that will be the conclusion of this video. So, I've soldered this one cap on here. I tried to solder another one on there. It just became kinda annoying, so I decided to just not do that right now. So I'm gonna bother with the caps sometime later on this card. So I think this marks the end of this modding session, and I'm actually very yeah, I'm happy how this turned out. So we have both our Voltmods working. We have voltage sense for both. The VCore voltage sense is kind of inaccurate because I'm measuring at the VRM, not at the core, but yeah, I guess it's okay. We have a 1 cap on the core, which this might actually do something. I don't really think it will. So yeah, I might be able to put some more caps on the core. Sometime later I'm gonna try to put a couple caps at the volt capacitance right here at the VRM. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the GTX 480 now volt modded and one cap. And yeah, so I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. Also, the cables on the Voltmods are very short and tidy this time, which is, I mean, this looks much better than having your cable like going over the whole card, like with the 560 Ti 448, which has my first Voltmod ever on it. And yeah, I really like how this turned out. I mean, the voltage sense cables that are just kind of there, yeah, those don't look that great. Sadly, I don't have anything to terminate them, so they're just loose wires with exposed ends that I'm gonna hook my multimeter up to. So I'm gonna have to be careful with accidentally shorting them. But since they are all like, that's kinda the reason why they are different lengths. Like 50% of the reason why they're different lengths is just I'm too lazy to make them the same length, and then a positive side effect of that is they can't accidentally short themselves because they never touch because they're different lengths. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The GTX 480 is now volt modded, and like since the base plate is still on the card, I think I might go to 1.3 volts. 1.4 volts is gonna be an issue because at that point the air cooler won't be able to keep up, and I cannot fit a water block on this card with the base plate on it. So I think 1.4 volts is kind of out of reach right now, but I think 1.3 volts is doable. And yeah, so that marks the end of this modding session. It is now 2:30 p.m. How long have I been? I think I've been 2 or 3 hours in real time. Like, yeah, like 11. Is it 11 a.m.? Yeah, it's 11 and then 12 is the first p.m., right? So 11 in the morning. I think that's when I started. I'm gonna have to look. So yeah, the modding session was kind of long, but it is also very substantial. So we did 2 Voltmods, 2 voltage sense, 1 capacitor, doesn't really count. And yeah, so this is kind of the first attempt at kinda sorta live streaming what I'm doing, and the camera is also crapping out right now. And yeah, so I mean, I've already done one of those videos where I solder on something and then show the full process of it, but that was just one of those voltage sense mods, and now I've done a lot more. And yeah, so I guess the GTX 480 is now officially one of my active cards, which currently are my 2 460s and this, and then also my 780 Ti that I just daily in Kepler 18. Yeah, so before I drag this on for too long, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching me do the mods and kinda struggle with it a bit. Yeah, I hope this was entertaining or informative or whatever. Yeah, and so I mean, I've already done a video for how cap mods work. I'm gonna do a video how the Voltmods work soon-ish. I might actually record it later today. Depends on what I do. It depends on whether I make the video or play Destiny or Ark. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So because it's really hot right now, and yeah, I am wearing a long sleeve shirt, but that's actually not because yeah, I'm kind of forced to wear it because reasons. Don't want to drag the video on too long. Yeah, it's really hot, and I have to wear this, which makes it worse. And yeah, so I don't really feel like doing a lot of work right now. But if I'm motivated, yeah, maybe I'm gonna do the. I mean, the Voltmod video is gonna come soon. I also have some ideas. I was kinda playing with the idea of doing a retro gaming build with the Core 2 Quad and one of the GTX 460s, and then kinda, yeah, building a retro gaming PC and kinda testing it out and then trying to game a bit on it. But yeah, so that's really it for the video. So hope you watched. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.